Hello everyone, welcome to a new process video. I had so much fun doing my last one when I was challenging myself to use 3 products that I don't use all the time that I decided to go right into another one. I felt very inspired, so I guess it did its job. So here I am on my next layout. This is still on our Sound of Music tour in Salzburg here, and this is where we saw the gazebo from the movie. So I have the photos. I know this one's going to require a photo flip because I want to get both of these in there, but I don't have the card that's going to go in between, so I need to pick out that part. I do think I'm going to off-center this photo so that we're not right on top of each other with the photos here. So I'll do that. And then not sure what else to do with this. There's a lot of dead space here, so I have options. And then on this side, this is a 3x8 Allie Edwards insert. I've already picked out this card because I love it. When I saw it, it was perfect. It says, "I don't know where I'm going from here, but I promise it won't be boring." And it's by David Bowie. So given that this is about music and song, I thought that was appropriate. And it's black and white, so it goes with everything. My little dots there even. So I have that. And then I have this photo of our tour guide. He was awesome. So I even had this little thing that I found in my travel stuff that I picked out all ready to go there. So I do have some things ready, some things not. For the 3 things I'm going to challenge myself with today, I'm going back to the circles that I didn't end up using last time. My challenge, or one of my things that I used to challenge myself, was tags. And I ended up using 2 other tags, but not any of these. I keep these in the same container as these kinds of tags. So these are just part of the circles. So I'm going to use something from there. And then, I have these. I buy these dang little tickets because every time I see them, I'm like, oh, they're so cute. I'll use it somehow. No, I don't. Look at them. I have all of these sitting here. So I will find a way to use one of these today. And then I have this. It's a little bag of epoxy pennants that I made. I have a pennant tool and it comes with little caps. And so you put in the epoxy cap and then you pick out whatever paper you want, put it behind it, and you punch. So I made all these, I don't know, several years ago, and I still have these left because I don't use them a lot. So I'm going to find a way to use one of those today too. So I've got epoxy pennants, I've got the circle tags, and I've got tickets. So wish me luck. The first thing I've done here is I actually picked out the card that's going to go in between. And I think I'm going to go with this one. It's just black and white. It says "Never Stop Exploring." I felt like it would work well with this because it's very clean black and white. Plus I have black and white here. So you'll see this on top. Then when you flip it open, you'll see this. And when it's open, it provides a nice contrast because they're at opposite ends of each other, which I really like. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. And this one also makes me wonder, like, it's so blank. I could journal here, but maybe I could fit something in down here that would make it a little more exciting. I don't know. But that's the card that I'm going to use. So I've got that figured out. I think I'm also going to adhere the little tour guide phrase right here. I don't want to cover up his name. I know his name was David, and I don't want to forget that. He was fantastic. I do have some notes about him too, but I want to make sure I don't cover that up. So I think I'm just going to attach this right here. And I might be able to tuck something under, do something else with it, but I at least want to start with this. I did attach the tour guide label here, and after I did that, I got the brilliant idea that because there is so much blank space here, maybe I could use these tickets and layer them somehow. And that would be the visual interest underneath here, like at the bottom. So I'm going to pull out some of these. I think I have some matching colors that might work. Maybe not that pink. Well, my friend is wearing pink. I'm not sure if that clashes with the red over there, though. But I have the blue. It's not quite the same blue, but maybe it'll work. And then I have some other colors in here, so we'll see. So I have picked out the tickets over here that I think will work. I'm actually going to move these out of the way. Give myself a little more space. So I have these, which are just a blue stripe, and they just have a number. This is a darker one that says, "This coupon is good for 1 free whatever." I may write on it, may not if I use it. I have several of these pink style. Now, the yellow I got all excited about because there's yellow in here, but it says this. It has balloons on it and just says ticket. I don't want those balloons, but the backside just has name, address, phone. So I might be able to get away with like tucking it under somehow and just using this side. And then I have these craft just kind of tan colored ones, and they just are white with little numbers on them. And there isn't a whole lot of brown in here, but it's close, you know, like to the yellow in the shirt. There is gray. It's a neutral, so I may be able to squeeze that in somehow. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna mess with stuff and see what it gets me. So I have decided I'm going to layer tickets like this. I've got one of the light blue and white stripes because look at, when I looked closer at this photo, there are stripes in the covering on her dress. So I thought, well, that'll work. So I'm using that one. And then I'm going to use two of these yellows just to give me more room there, and it brings in the yellow here. And then I decided I am going to go pink, even though there's red over here and a little red on the bus. My friend is wearing a bright pink shirt, so I figure I can get away with that. There's also a little pink on the goat here. So I'm going to layer it like that and adhere all of those together. I've adhered those down, and when looking at this, I decided I needed something else to make it more fun. So I still had my enamel stuff sitting out, so I decided to pull out some of those. So I think I'm going to do one of the black dots, and then probably the bright pink plus sign over here to bring that all together. I have finished this card, and I've grabbed out the photo flip to put it in there, and I realized something. This is a page that's the back of my previous layout. So this is actually going to open this way, not the other way. I could do it that way, but I generally don't like to do that. I don't like it hanging off like just air, the end of the page. It bothers me. So when this gets flipped, it's going to go this way. So that kind of means, you know, that my original plan doesn't work, because then these two will be facing each other. So I may switch these around, or I may just learn to live with it, because you don't really see it unless the flip is open. So I'm not so sure about that right now, but I'm going to place it as if that's the way it's going to be, and we'll just see what happens as I go. I decided to do some switching. This will now be in the back of the pocket. This will be in the middle. This will be on top. So when you flip, it's going to sit like this. You'll see us. When I open it, we'll be across from each other, which is good. And then this will be in the background. I like that a lot better. So that's going to be my plan. And I am going to adhere this now as well, just to get that taken care of. And then I'll go on to my next step. I have adhered this photo onto the card, so I have that done. That's all I'm going to do with it for now. I need to think about it a little bit more. But this card, because it's opposite here, I thought it would be perfect to take one of these circular elements that I have in a similar yellow and use it on that card. I pulled this one first, but that's a little too gold, a little too dark, but this one is slightly lighter, and I think that's a pretty good match. So I will either, you know, attach it like this and stamp something or put a sticker on or something, or at the bottom. There's a little bit more space actually at the bottom, I think. So I just really need to play around with what I want to do there. I figured out what I'm going to do for the circle. I had two stamp sets sitting on my desk from previous things that I've done with them, and this was one of them. And I love that it just says yes right here, and it would fit perfectly in there. And I love that this font is different from this. This is very scripty. This is not much more block focused. So I'm going to stamp that in there, and that'll take care of two of my elements. I'll have my circular tag, and then I have my tickets over here. There they are. So that's 2 out of 3 things done. All right, I did the stamping on here, and I just used my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. That's my favorite. And I'm just going to hang it over the edge a little bit. There we go. And I will snip off the excess. Oh, there's a little bit of adhesive on there, so I don't want to use my super good scissors. I'll use these. There we go. Throw that away, and then I will put in a little staple there. So I like the way that looks. There we go. All right, so there, that's on there. So now I have to figure out, do I want anything else here? And then probably something, well, these are next to each other. Not sure what I want to do with that. I could cut this and put a piece of pattern paper there. That is an option. I don't know. I need to think about that part, but I do still have to work in my third element, which is one of these. So I'll have to also come up with where I want to put that. So I went through these epoxy pennants there. And at first I liked this one because it's black and white. I figured it would work. But then I found this one. It has white in it, kind of a yellowy tan background. It has music notes. It's the sound of music and a little bit of pink. I don't know what that is exactly. If it's supposed to be a flower, I don't know. This is old pattern paper, but it's got pink in it. That's all I know. So I thought maybe I could put it right there. It doesn't really work to do it on this one. It's too close to this. This gives some space in between all this color and these different elements. So I think I'm going to go with that one. I decided that I did want to cut down this photo and get some background paper. So I've selected this piece. I just cut it down. It was a larger piece of leftover paper I had. I cut it down strategically to get a little bit of this red in there, like that I have, on the bus, and just a subtle background so it wasn't plain yellow. I will cut this so that it fits, and just a little bit of that yellow will show through. So among my circular tags that I had, I also found this one, and the colors are perfect with my friend's shirt. And I thought then I could mimic all these circles here and maybe hang that one off the edge, and then that adds a little something to that photo. So now I've used 2 circular tags, and then this one's probably done after that. All right, people, I attached the second circular tag and I attached the flip. So this is what the layout looks like when you first see it. This is what it looks like with the flip. Love those tags. So glad I finally found a way to use them. And I worked in everything that I wanted to. My circular tags, my tickets, and the epoxy pennant there. So this one is officially done. Thanks for watching.